What's up, guys? All right. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Shoot First. Kaming dalawa muna ni Nico ngayon. Busy pa ang iba. But as you know, the UAP finals are in full blast. LaSalle wins game two. They did it last Wednesday at the MOA Arena when everybody thought that LaSalle was already left for dead. As in, UP was up by 8 with around maybe 6 minutes remaining, if I'm not mistaken. And then suddenly Kevin Cambao goes nuts. LeBron Lopez misses four free throws and commits a turnover. And that's the ball game. LaSalle wins by one.
As a UP fan, Habs, anong feel? Nandun ka ba live? Nandun ka ba live?
Yeah, I was
So
there.
anong feeling? Anong feel? Ito yung gusto ko talaga itanong sa'yo. Ayoko ilagay sa Viber, ayoko ilagay anywhere. Gusto ko sabi ko, gagawin ko sa episode. So anong feeling as a UP fan na 73-66? I'm sure there was a bit of celebration na ongoing in your heads, di ba? Like, hindi lang ikaw. I'm sure people na, malapit na. 7 points,
No,
7 points yung lamang.
for me it wasn't like that.
Okay,
Kasi
okay. Okay.
alam ko na there might still be one run remaining in LaSalle. I knew already. I was already feeling it after that first KQ3. I said, tangina, eto na.
On top of the key. Yung,
Oh,
uh,
yung top of the key
okay.
ba yung nauna or yung sa
Yung
left?
left wing.
Ayun,
Basta
yung left
either
wing.
either or, either or.
Basta after that first three, I was like, oh shit, here we go. Kasi if you look at it, during the season, there are really a lot of times that UP tends to relax when leading by a lot or by a significant margin during the games. And that was like what 6 minutes, 7 minutes left in the game. And that's been a bad habit for them throughout the year. That's why I was like, even if we were up by that much, sabi ko, hindi pa to sure. Kailangan pa natin to ibaon ng ibaon. Kumbaga, let's lead by more than 10, maybe 15 points. Yun, siguro makakampante na ako ng konti. But with that much time still left and going up against a team like LaSalle, I knew it was still possible. And you know, they really made sure that they were able to come back, even if they missed a lot of free throws, especially during the end game, including KQ. Man, I mean, we were just I think yung itsura ng UP after those two threes, when that run was happening, when LaSalle took the lead, they were dumbfounded. They didn't know what hit them.
Parang deflated sila. Parang, ay, ano?
Oh,
Talo
kasi
tayo?
parang shit, nakabalik pa kayo? Lang ya, parang sure na kami. Yun yung pangat sa kanila eh. I think, with a team that has so much egos, I think that's been the problem. Staying, keeping their heads in the game and making sure that they concentrate on basketball only. I think that's been the problem of UP the entire season, especially in this series.
Feel mo ba naging kampante sila or it's more of Lasal just making their baskets at the right time? Parang ako naman, sa perspective ko, parang hindi ko naman na-feel na gano dito yung UP naging kampante. I just felt like Lasalle's shots just start being I mean KQ and Mike Phillips scoring the last 11 points for the Green Archers. Tinignan ko yung replay, Habs. 3 minutes remaining, up 7 pa eh.
Yun na.
So,
Yeah,
yun nga eh, 3 minutes na lang.
exactly.
Tapos, I think it's just more of Lasal making their shots. Tapos, on the other end, unfortunately, si Francis Lopez, yun nga, no, it was four missed free throws plus the turnover. I think that was the one that nailed it, eh, no? Like, after that turnover, I thought magkaka-second turnover pa. Yun yung last possession na, yung foul
Yeah.
ended up
He
with Jerry.
he he
Kasi,
had
hot
he had
potato
trouble.
na eh, parang ayaw niya na.
He had trouble handling that basketball. For me, obviously a lot of people do blame him for the loss. Talking about Francis Lopez, four missed
Mm.
free throws, more than one opportunity to just even try and tie the game, diba? During the end, but I don't think you can really put all the blame on him. In fact, he's been the one who has really been the most consistent in terms of producing numbers. I think he's our top scorer in the finals. Ito si Francis Lopez. But this it's only his second year in the league, and it's really very tough to be put in those kinds of situations. But for me, he wouldn't have had been in that position to try and win it for us if we already took care of business maaga pa lang. If we didn't allow those two threes to happen. Yes, it was good defense. It was an incredible shot. But I think we did a really bad job of trying to deny him the ball during those last 3 minutes. I think we let him get the basketball early and he was able to do his thing. Kasi if we denied him and made it hard for him, I don't think those 3-point shots would have happened. He lives for those kinds of moments, especially with the performance that he had in the second half of game one. I was kind of sure that there was going to be some sort of eruption in the end coming from KQ.
Alam mo, yung ini-expect ko rin na, no, na parang eruption. Nung nakita ko si Jerry na open doon sa corner na yun, diba? It's more of a
Yeah,
corner. Tapos late close out si KQ was the one who trying to close him out ba? May nag-close out eh. Sabi ko, patay mukhang pasok to ah. Kasi sa angle sa TV, it was like it was about to go in. It looked like it had a good arc, but it was
it did
short.
have a
Sabi ko,
good arc.
wow. So sabi ko, shit, makakaroon daw game 3 in person. Isa sabi ko kay Javi, Habs, gusto ko ng game 3. Yung angle mo ba, Habs, yung tira ni Jerry, mukha rin bang good? Or sa angle mo, kita mo na okay, mga short nga.
Hindi, kita ko na parang baldog eh. Kasi
Ah,
I
okay.
was in the suite. Yung suite namin was facing the left side ng front court ng UP at that
Ah,
time.
okay. So kita. Kita mo nga
So
yung angle.
kitang-kita ko. I was like, shit, wala na to. Tsaka parang the body language niya was already
Off.
very deflated as you said para sa Fighting Maroons at that time. Those two threes really parang got all the life out of us during that period. So I was really hoping, although I would have loved for it if Abadiano's shot went in, that would have
Bonfire na
been
sana.
magical. That would have been magical, especially how we won our first championship 3 years ago in the same venue with the Kagolangan shot.
Oo.
That would have been something very poetic as well. Kaya lang, parang already when the comeback happened and we already made those mistakes in my mind, and I think the basketball gods really has meant for this series to go the full length. So at least, for us basketball fans, solid, exciting. It's been a very great series. And we are very happy and blessed to see this go the full length and game three on Sunday.
Speaking of Sunday, no? Let's do a preview. Ano ba mga ano bang kailangan gawin ng both teams in order to secure the championship, no? Ako muna simula ako. Yung first thing na
So,
gusto ko i-mention bago ko makalimutan. For UP, alam mo yung gagawin ko? I'm a keep Francis Lopez in the starting lineup. He was in the starting lineup, diba? I would keep him in the starting lineup. Make sure he gets a lot of touches in the first quarter para ma-erase agad yung doubt na, wala na tiwala sa akin si na coach.
I agree.
Yun yung, if I'm UP, ganun gagawin ko. Oh, ganun
Because
gagawin ko.
I feel like it's gonna
I need
be
to reel him back.
more. Oh, I feel like it's gonna be more deflating for him and more difficult if they keep him on the bench at the start of the game because the anxiety I feel will pour on even more if he doesn't get into the game early. Kasi kailangan matanggal niya na agad yung jitters. Eh. Alam mo naman ng pag sobrang kabado ka, pag nasa loob ka na ng court, medyo pa nga ilang balik ka na pag napapawisan ka na, mawawala na yan eh. But if you
Tama.
stay on the bench and you don't know what point of the game ka papasok, it's really, I mean, they always say, diba, stay ready. But in a pressure-packed situation like this, in a game with this kind of magnitude, medyo mahirap siya. So yeah, I like your suggestion having or putting Francis Lopez back in the starting lineup for game three.
Yeah, kasi si Lopez nung game 2 had what do you call this? One of the well, he was second. Actually tied sa first for most field goal attempts. Also had
Uh-huh.
16 points, 9 rebounds, 2 steals, 4 blocks. Remove mo yung last 3 minutes. That's a great
Yeah,
stat line. That's a Finals
yeah,
MVP
yeah,
stat line.
yeah. Actually, if that game ended the final series, I feel like he would have been at least a top candidate for the finals MVP. Kasi si JT Kagulangan didn't really have a good game stats wise in game one. Nor did Jerry
16, 7, and
Abadiano.
5. Pwede na. 16, 7, and 5. Di ba may 3 3-pointers yun si JD nung third quarter?
No, I mean JD had a good game in game two, but in game one, not so
More of,
bad.
yeah,
13
naki-cue yung ano
points.
eh. Naki-cue
Oh.
yung attention ng game 1.
Well, actually, yeah, JD Kagulangan is a top choice for finals MVP rin
Pwede
pala.
din, di ba? Kasi all around eh.
Pwede rin.
16, 7, 5 eh.
At saka nung game 1, 13-5 and
Pwede
plus
na.
2 blocks
Sa
pa.
candidate. Oh,
Yeah, he is a
candidate.
guy.
Yung kay Ramiro din, di ba? Hindi ko makalimutan yun. Harap-harapan yun.
Yeah, man. Oh my God. Yeah, Ramiro. Pag nakikita siguro ni JD and si Ramiro, siguro
Ulam.
nanlalaki.
Yun. Ganun si JD. Ikaw, Habs. So, yay my first. Ano mas mo yung mga, for the preview, at least for people, ano bang pwedeng gawin ng, siguro UP and LaSalle if they wanna secure game 1. Game 3.
Well, ako, first of all, for UP, I think what they really need to work on is really boxing out LaSalle and preventing those offensive rebounds. Just really try and keep in step with them in terms of getting those boards because UP has been out rebounded this entire series 45 to 37 in game 2 and 48 to 37 in game 1. So we've been averaging 37 rebounds throughout the entire series, and LaSalle has been averaging about 45, 46, or maybe 47. And a lot of those have been coming off the offensive glass. And I'm surprised niya si Mike Phillips 12 rebounds lang during game 2. I felt like he had 20 in that game
Ganun yung feeling, no? Pati
with
sa
the
TV.
amount of extra possessions he was getting. Sa first quarter pa lang eh. Doon pa lang ang dami niya nang nakakuha ang offensive rebounds. And he exploded in the first quarter. He had 14 points in the
Fourth,
first quarter.
yeah.
And only scored 4 after that. So I think that's also so for Lasal naman, I think for them is
Mm.
to if they are to have a good start, they should be able to finish strong. I think well, they did that in game 2, but in game 1 that wasn't the case para sa kanila. They collapsed in the third quarter and tuloy-tuloy na after that talaga na deflate sila. So, honestly, in a last game in a best of 3 series, or actually for any game for that matter, in a final series like this, you mostly throw the stats out of the window, and it's
Mm.
really just making sure that all of your players are on the same page. All of your players are locked in for the entire 40 minutes. Don't think of any kind of distraction. Just stay in the game. I know it's easier said than done, but that's the key. Whoever is going to be able to do that, just focus on playing basketball. Nasabi na to ni Juanito dun sa isa sa mga conversations natin that you have to stop thinking about things, especially those things that already happened. So move on from the next play. Look forward always to the next play. Don't anymore waste your energy thinking about what could have happened in the previous play. Kung natapos na, wala na tayong magagawa dyan. So just learn your lesson from that play and move on, because if you try and keep thinking about those kinds of things during a game, that's going to keep your concentration away from what's really happening. So if that happens, the other team can try and capitalize. And if you commit those kinds of mistakes because of that, that's really something that's going to push you back, and it's going to be hard to come back kung ganyan yung mangyayari.
Okay. Sa akin naman, next one, na kailangan gawin ng UP and LaSalle is more of moving the ball, assist. So, the team here, the team that wins usually have more assists than turnovers. So, sa
Yeah.
game 2, UP had 12 assists only, to 15 turnovers, which I just checked nung after na ng game. Hindi mo ma-realize rin as the game was going on. I felt like both teams equally had the same kind of turnovers. But it's more of that, no? Considering na La Salle is number one in assists during the regular season. Because UP not too far naman from them. It's more of who plays within their offensive flow. Hindi ba it means kasi pag mas mataas yung assist numbers, hindi kayo ganun ka-predictable. It means it has reached the person with a better shot percentage most likely. And yeah, I think that's logical naman to say na kailangan nila gawin for game 3. The team that most likely will win will have the higher assist numbers with less turnovers.
Yeah, and that's been the case for both games. I like that
Both games,
observation,
yeah.
Nico. And
Mm.
you mentioned predictability. I think in game two, that LaSalle was the more organized team on offense. It was pretty hard to try and see who was going to score because, you know, KQ did score 22 points, but, the takeover really happened during that last part na, those two threes. But I think it was a really well-balanced game para sa kanila for KQ as well. Mike Phillips was incredible in the first quarter. If he didn't score those 14 points, I think LaSalle would have been blown out already there and then. But gotta give a lot of credit to guys like Gulena, Makalalag, Traven Gonzalez was incredible. Those push shots from that same spot on the right side of the floor were kind of mga pamatay sunog para sa LaSalle. And CJ Austria, Joshua David, although didn't score a lot, but still their presence because of their defense, their playmaking has really helped them. Um, One thing that I think LaSalle has over UP is really being able to spread out the offense on the floor. Kasi, we've been talking about predictability. I think UP has been actually feel very predictable during the entire series. Kasi alam mo na kung sino yung kung kanino mapupunta yung bola sa dulo eh. Para sa Lasal, they've been very good in trying to spread the wealth in my opinion. Kasi
Oh,
sa UP,
nakakatulong din. Yeah.
oo, sa UP, alam mo na kung kanina pupunta. They did a good job of really denying QMB that basketball during the first three quarters. Pero medyo nakakuha siya ng momentum ng fourth quarter. Kaya nakapag 11 points pa rin siya. But I think they did a good job on him defensively considering how he performed in game one. And they've been able to limit Alarcon, Torculas, Torres, even Fortea. It's just nice for UP that the non-negotiables have been delivering in Kagulangan and Francis Lopez. Jerry Abadiano did a good job of really stepping up. I think he played a heck of a game. I think that was his best game of the entire season. 16 points and 4 out of 5 from the free throw line, 2 out of 6 from 3-point country. And he really made some big plays. But I think other people really have to step up for UP.
Okay, next one sa akin is a battle of the paint. So more of cake, it's gonna be QMB versus Mike Phillips. Will UP find a solution to how Lasal was denying QMB the ball nung game 2? Kasi nakita na Lasal, ito yung pumatay sa atin nung game 1. We got a double team him anytime the ball gets there. Mike, alam namin na kaya mo yan, pero siguraduhin na natin na QMB passes that ball out. So it's more of, paano masasolve yun? At the same time, sa UP naman, how do you contain the Mike Phillips? Can you contain him for game 3? At para mag-negate sila ng production ni QMB. So I feel like dun sa battle of the points in the paint and also the big men that could swing who might win this series considering nga na the three ball isn't as reliable compared ng regular season.
I feel like maybe it would be good for us that Mike Phillips would be this productive offensively. I think
Mhm.
that would really make him expend much more energy than if he would just use that energy to try and be aggressive on defense, make big hustle plays and grab those rebounds. Kaya lang, iisipin mo rin eh, mapapagod ba talaga si Mike Phillips, especially in a game 3? You feel like he might just leave it all out on the floor and
Actually, hindi napapagod. Hindi
oh,
napapagod.
pare. At on the other side naman, yeah, it is really a very good observation that they denied QMB. I think they were more physical. I think QMB had a hard time adjusting to that. Kasi mapapansin mo, they didn't even have to double a lot. It was actually just more of early work on QMB. And that's why he had a hard time. And most of the times, UP, they don't really have a lot of patience when the ball is being denied on the post.
Mhm.
So, kung nakita nila nahihirapan na makakuha ng bola, matik yan swing na agad sa taas. And most probably, that's gonna be a top ball screen already para kay Kagulangan or maybe para kay um, Jerry Abadiano. That's why I think we have to have something different happening offensively. It can't be just very predictable. They have to try and follow the system. Yes, we did set up some plays. There have been some patterns that were kind of successful for us during the series. But I think Lasal has done a good job of really scouting UP. And talagang nadadala lang talaga ng brilliance ni JD in the half court.
Agree. Next one para sa akin is for UP, Harold Alarcon, man. Like, Harold Alarcon averaged 14 may pinakitang graphic ng game 1, di ba? Parang Harold Alarcon averaged 14, 15 points ng finals ng season 86.
Yeah.
Di ba? Tapos ngayon, he's averaging 5 points a game. Tapos mired pa siya by foul troubles in game 1 and game 2. While for Lasal naman, it's more of, can you get the same production out of Makalala, Gonzalez? So it's gonna be a bench mob naman for Lasal. It's not one key guy. Alarcon kasi one key guy. He plays, in a way kasi may pagka-superstar impact din si Harold eh. 'Di ba? Kaya hindi sila yung parang sa side ng Lasal, it has to be a collective. Sa UP kasi they just need one more guy to just tilt the swing. Kasi parang enough na yung ano eh. For me enough na yung JD QMB Lopez with a sprinkle of Abadiano. Pero pag nag-init si Alarcon, I feel like yun na yung
Yeah.
pang-seal ng championship eh.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's been the missing piece talaga
Oo,
throughout the
may
entire
missing eh.
series. 5 points in game two, 4 points in game one.
So averaging 4.5.
Yeah. And that's after exploding during the latter part of the
Exactly.
elimination round and in the final
Oh,
four. So, having those kinds of games, how many did he have that career high? 33 ba yun?
33
33 and then
against UE.
UE. UE, right?
Mm-mm.
Against UE. Correct us lang if we're wrong. And then followed it up with another swashbuckling performance against that was right after, right? Against USC in the final four. Yung
Mm-hmm.
parang 15, 16 points ba yun?
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Yun, he exploded in the second half. My God. So you expected having those kinds of games that he would actually be the one to set the tone. Diba? I didn't really expect this kind of series from Francis Lopez. That's why, despite what happened in game two,
Ito yung expect natin sa kanya. Ito yun.
I'm still happy that Francis Lopez has been delivering
Mm-mm.
because I honestly did not expect this kind of series galing sa kanya to be able to be this productive and be this impactful in the finals. I was expecting it to be Harold Alarcon.
Same, 'di ba, with the way, pero actually the way that things are trending rin for Francis nung last 2-3 games, parang ganoon din eh, parang 15 points, 5 for 12, 5 for 13. It's more of yung aggressiveness naman, din naman yung efficiency. It's more of, 'di ba, how the defenses collapse when he attacks and choosing to not shoot any three-pointers compared to nga nung first round, 'di ba? Or early part ng second round kay Lopez.
Pero ang maganda kasi kay Lopez ngayon, that's why he's been able to stay on the court a lot more in the finals, is because he's been able to minimize his turnovers.
Yeah,
He's
actually.
only committed 2 turnovers in the first in game one and game two each, 2 turnovers each in game one and game two. But usually I think his average is around I think 3 or 4 per game.
Mhm.
And minsan medyo crucial yung mga nagiging tapon niya, 'di ba? Usually what he does is when he's denied the drive, pag nandun na yung depensa, bigla lang siya mag-jump pa sa labas na I think most of the time di pa nga niya alam kung kaninong papasahan eh. That's always been the case para sa kanya kaya minsan may mga times talaga na inuupo siya ni Coach Gold. But here in the finals, I think he's been able to take care of that basketball more, show a little bit more maturity on his part. Kaya, he's been spending a lot of time inside the hardwood.
Exactly. Ano pa ba dito para sa ating ano? It's more of ano lang talaga eh. Like, ganda pala ng shooting ng ano. Like, yung ko lang napansin, Habs. Ang ganda ng shooting nila sa long game to 46% from the field while UP was at 36%. So, it's just a matter of balancing that out considering nga Lasal also is number one in field goal percentage ng regular season. Tapos, if they score like this in game 2, talagang babalik sa kanila yung swing ng tide. It would have been an
Uh,
anomaly rin if they lost na, if they,
yeah,
KQ didn't make those magical threes. Dami
yeah.
natin, sinasagara natin yung adjectives, no? Magical, may nagsabi nga, KQ is a demon, but they mean that in a good way.
Fantastic shots talaga galing sa kanya. But I'm surprised nga. I'm looking at the numbers again.
Hmm.
We actually had more attempts. UP had more attempts than LaSalle, and
Oo nga,
that's
no? Pero
considering that
25 or
LaSalle
16.
out rebounded UP 45 to 37. That's with 14 offensive rebounds, but they did, and we actually had more second chance points, 13 to 9.
Ito rin. If you ask the casual fan who missed more free throws, they might say UP. But if you
No,
check the numbers,
LaSalle
if you
did
check the
so
numbers,
bad.
LaSalle was
10
10
out
for
of
23.
23. It was
Mga,
really that. So we had 16 out of 23. Isipin mo, if Lopez made all four, UP would have only missed
20
three
for
free
20.
throws the entire game.
Dito talaga papasok Havs yung ano yun, no? A quote that's applicable in life as well. Timing really matters, no?
Yeah,
Timing
yeah.
really matters.
And it's again, it's not about also another quote that I can
Share ng life
offer for
quotes eh, no?
this situation is it's not about how you start, it's how you finish.
Exactly.
But also, I mean, despite that, LaSalle had a great start to game two.
They did. Sila yung very aggressive nga. And
Yeah,
lalo na si Mike. Again, he was really sticking it to QMB.
yeah. He set the tone because
Mm-mm.
KQ wasn't really able to look for his shot in the first quarter, but Mike Phillips was just fantastic. And then EJ Goliana came in. He was his same aggressive self. And ito si Goliana at si Makalalag talaga nakatulong kay Phillips ng first half eh. Tapos sa second half naman, si Raven Gonzalez, puta magic bunot.
So, lang tanong to say Havza. I mean, in a non-biased take as neutral people of uh, of the sports world, do you think Raylan Torres will swing the tide in game 3? For me, honestly, with or without the suspension, he doesn't move the needle as much. Unless, ito lang sabihin natin tie game, 69 all. 69 all talaga no? Tapos si Raylan Torres yung mag-shoot ng game winner. Then yun, feel ko magkakaproblema tayo after. But other than that, win or lose, like, I don't think na he's that kind of impact guy. Kaya for me, yung decision is like, okay, for me, I'm like, whatever. Or do you feel like Rayland swings more, he could change how the game will look like? Honestly, just as a, in a vacuum, what do you think?
Well, having him there still gives us one more body to put on KQ,
Mm,
and
okay.
for the entire series, he's been the first defender for Kevin Kiambao all the time. In the end game, he gives us another guy to depend on in terms of making shots. Even though he's only been averaging 4 points during this entire series, make no mistake about it. He can hit big shots. He's done that
Yeah.
before, and he's someone that we've seen make those kinds of shots para sa atin, para sa UP. But I agree. I think that if he did end up being suspended for game 3, I thought that it would have been very beneficial for a guy like Harold Alarcon
Or
because now
Baila,
you're
makukuha ni Baila rin, pwede rin, di ba?
but I mean, Jacob Baila has been getting those minutes, and the difference lang kasi in game 2 from game 1 is that medyo na figure out ni Keiki
Mm,
kung paano siya dinidepensa ni Bailey. Parang nga
okay.
nanlalaki na yung mata ni Keiki pag nakikita niya si Bailey. That's why he only played
Anyway,
only 6 minutes.
okay, you were saying about Harold Alarcon.
But I think if Torres ended up not playing in game 3, I think that would have been very beneficial para kay Harold because now Coach Gold will be forced to really play Harold. Kasi alangan naman bigyan niya ng mas maraming minuto si Baila. I mean, of course, Baila will still be fielded in my opinion to defend KQ, but I think the role that Torres had to start the game and pick up KQ would be given to Harold.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Or it would be spread out to Harold or Torculas.
Torculas, yes.
Sila din. Speaking of Torculas, yun yung mga kailangan rin. 4 minutes lang pala si Torculas nung game 2.
Yeah, didn't really have much of an impact. He was a -3 on the floor, 2 points. Didn't really do much, only 2 rebounds. But you know, it's for me, it's hard to expect that much from Aldous if you don't play him a lot.
Kailangan niya
So,
ng momentum, no? To get into
kailangan
the
niya
flow of
ng
the game.
wala. It's hard to try and play him if Lopez is putting up these kinds of numbers.
Do you
16
stick with this
points.
starting five, Habs? Do you stick with this UP starting five for game 3?
I will. I will. Oh, I have to correct myself pala. It was Alarcon pala who started over Torres in
Ah, yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, tama, tama.
Okay, but Harold played over 24 minutes. Kaya lang I feel like he's been more affected by the calls in the championship compared to the end of the elimination round and in the final
Actually,
four.
actually.
He's kind of his concentration is not really there. I feel like he's putting his energy too much into trying to get fouls, get calls. So, balik niya lang yung focus niya, balik niya lang yung how he was locked in during the end of the eliminations and in the final four. And I think we're gonna be fine.
So, context lang no guys, yung starting five ng UP was Kagulangan, Lopez, Sabadiano, QMB, Alarcon, for Lasal, it was Mike, EJ Goliana, Makalalag, David, and Agonane. KQ came off the bench, which has been happening sometimes no regular season. So it's not a parang, whoa, he's starting off the bench. Diba? Mga ganun ibang tao. Yun
No,
for those who
yeah, I
just
think
start to
it's a
watch it.
ploy lang from coming
Oh.
from Coach Topex that ensures continuity. If they start strong, then you can expect KQ to carry the momentum for the second unit. But if LaSalle doesn't end up starting strong, you can count on KQ to make waves para sa kanila. So I
Mm.
think that's the reason behind KQ coming off the bench para sa kanila. And I think Coach Topex will do the same thing in game 3.
Okay, for game 3, we can end this with this. Sino yung X factor? Pili ka na isang X factor na player for LaSalle and UP that will show up. Kasi, di ba, pag sa finals MVP, easy naman eh. KQ, Mike, or it could be KQ. Well, for UP, could be JD, Francis. Yun pa lang
Yeah.
so far. Pero so, who's
Yeah.
the X factor
For me,
that will
it's
swing it?
really Harold.
Si
It's
Harold
it's
for
Harold.
UP.
It's Harold.
Okay.
If Harold ends up performing well, maybe at least 10 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, that kind of stat line, I think we're gonna do good.
Okay. How about for
Kasi
LaSalle? Ay,
I
sige,
I
go,
fe-
go, go, go.
I feel like there's no stopping Kagulangan and Lopez from putting up good numbers. It medyo question mark pa si QMB how the defense is gonna play him, how his teammates will be able to try to find him, or if they will be very intent on locating him. That's gonna depend on the product. Yun yung mag-depend dun sa production ni QMB. But if Harold Alarcon plays well, then it's gonna be a good chance of winning para sa kanila.
LaSalle. Sino X factor mo sa LaSalle?
Sa Lasal, mm,
Mhm.
I think Joshua David still.
David, okay, Joshua David.
Yeah.
He's been struggling
Joshua
first two
David.
games, diba?
Yeah, he's been struggling. I feel like last year niya na rin to, di ba?
Yeah. Sabay sila ni JD. I think 82
Oo.
din yan eh.
Oo, tama, tama. Oo, tama. Mag-teammates nga sila nung high school, di ba? I feel like he is kind of on a mission to try, and I don't think that he has aspirations to be the top scorer or have the spotlight on him. But I feel like he will do his very best to make the most impact that he's given the entire season in game 3.
Okay. Sa akin, X factor ko sa UP, same as you, Harold Alarcon. I mean, halata naman na tayo yung nagpe-preach lagi. Regular season pa lang, Harold, Harold, di ba? Prior to that
Oo
UE
eh.
game, Harold.
Kasi for the most part, I think he's been one of the steadiest players for UP this entire season. At least in the wing position.
At least in the wing position ako. Okay. So that's UP. I don't need to explain why. We just dedicated like maybe like one third of this episode for Alarcon. And then sa Lasal, for me, it's Goliena. EJ Goliena, I feel like kung gives you 10 to 12 points, tapos consistent defensive energy. Pero yung kay Goliena, yung wini-wish ko sana yung 10 to 12, like it's not just in the first quarter, which happened in game 1. What I'm wishing is
All
how
throughout.
do you spread that all throughout? How do you maintain that energy all throughout? Kasi ano, ito sa tale of two halves for Goliana nung game 1, di
Yeah.
ba?
Yeah.
After the first and
The
second
same
half,
in game 2 actually.
forgettable na yung second half niya eh. Oh,
Actually, even it wasn't just Goliana pero even the other big guys para sa Lasal in the second half.
Raven,
Uh,
si Raven.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, pero ako I choose Goliana considering na he will be perimeter guy eh. Mas marami silang trabaho eh. Iba yung guards talaga ng UPS. Mas may pressure talaga. So, mine is Harold and Goliana. Are you gonna do
bakit
predictions?
Hindi si Agonane?
Hindi yata. Parang hindi yata. Parang hindi yata.
I really have a feeling that it's gonna be Agonane's last time in the UAP. So
Seryoso. Feel
I
mo
think he's
last
gonna
era.
stop Bright Nuanco next year. Bright
Baka sa
Nuanco,
Pinoy Liga makita na natin.
ha?
Uy, si Henry sa Pinoy Liga. Pero sa magkampi ni Bright. Pwede na sa Pinoy Liga yun eh.
Pwede ba sa Pinoy
Oh,
Liga?
you can have two FSAs in the roster but only one has to play on the court. So pwede silang dalawa na sa bench. Pero sulitan
Pero
sila.
di ba kahit sa UAP, pwede yun? Dalawang FSA, pero one to play
Hindi
lang.
pwede. 'Di ba ano, like remember the injury to Modia Sana. That's
Oo.
why they played all local na. Kasi you can only
Okay.
put one in the official roster. That's something they should fix, no? Na parang kapag may season-ending injury, pwede palitan. What do you think?
Yes,
Or
yes,
that's another
and
can of worms na that's another
yeah,
that's another
yeah,
episode in itself.
yeah. I think there's gonna be so much that has to be said about that.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
It's
Hindi natin
actually
pwede
yes and
squeeze
no
in na
for
3
me.
men.
But yeah,
Okay.
that's a topic for a different conversation.
Off-season content natin. Off-season content. Ano, pe-predict
But
ba tayo? Ano, let's end it that way?
it's gonna be
Prediction ba?
close for sure.
O sige, ikaw muna, ikaw muna.
I can't really put a definite outcome on it. It's gonna be close. It's gonna go down the wire. I I wanted to go into overtime. The basketball fan in me, the inner basketball
Kaya
fan,
mo? Kaya
really
mo? Kaya
wants
ba
it
ng
to
puso
go
mo
into
yan?
overtime. But the UP fan in me is like, shit, tambakan na lang natin to.
Wala ko kasi wala naman akong stakes dito eh. For me, gusto ko talaga mag-overtime. I just wanna enjoy great basketball, di ba? If
Yeah.
it was,
At the end
kung
of the
Ateneo
day,
nandyan,
that's
I would
all
be
we
like,
want.
tambakan nyo na, ayoko na ipag-isipan. Pero I feel like Habs, it's a 1 or 2 point game. It will be decided siguro sa final 2 seconds, final 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Ganun.
I'm hoping for another game winner of a shot.
You want a game winner. Like JD levels, yung Destiny kind of
Oh,
ano. So
ganon.
QMB3, yung parang di mo akalain.
So well yun. Hindi, Dikachi Udodo 3.
Dikachi, you're gonna play Dikachi over QMB? Woo! Somebody better
Siyempre,
check Coach Gold if that's gonna happen. You gotta
alam mo
ask
naman si
Coach Gold,
Coach
ano
Gold,
meron?
minsan di mo rin maintindihan yung substitution pattern. Kaya,
Dikachi coming! Last, Coach, you sure?
mapapagulat ka po.
Pati si
Pero
Dikachi
alam mo, di
magtatanong
rin
eh.
ako agree na he played him early in game 2. Saan di na nga pinalaro yun? Nagkalat lang sa
No, no, no.
labas.
It's because Gani had Gani was in foul trouble. So I think that's why that happened, diba?
Ayun
Sa
pa,
foul
yung sila, puta, sama ng tawagan.
Which was it really that bad? Like sa TV, it was okay. Pero I don't know, like what
Okay, in game 2, medyo okay. But
was it game 1
that
ba? You
game
mentioned like
1
what?
was terrible. Parang di madaplisan si KQ eh.
Ba hindi ma please.
It was that bad, my God.
Well, I hope they let the players play through the contact sa game 3. That's what we wanted.
Exactly.
Parang sige, it has to be excessive
This is
because hindi
game
naman
three
excessive.
already in the finals. Come on.
Well, kita tayo no, pupunta ka naman.
Yeah, I'll be there.
So kita tayo as always. And yeah, that's pretty much our preview. I think we
Yeah.
covered everything. We think we
Yeah, I
covered
think we
everything.
covered all
Lahat
bases
piniga
there.
natin.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much, guys. We hope that you enjoy this episode and drop down your comments and thoughts about what's gonna happen in Game Three and what's been happening throughout the entire series. And well, we hope to have more of us during the next episode. The next episode will surely be a reaction to what happened in Game Three and maybe for the entire series. So we hope to bring in maybe a guest also for that episode.
That'll be
Eh,
fun. Kailangan ng guest for
baka
game
pwede na
3.
si Boss Mikey nun.
Oh, siya yung guest actually.
Siya yung guest. Oo, tama.
Siya yung guest.
Tama, siya yung guest. All right, any last thoughts, Nico?
Wala naman. I'm just excited as well. I can't wait for game 3. I'm also, guys, manood kayo ng women's basketball. I watched game 1 and game 2 of the women's basketball in USC and
What
NU.
time is the game of the women's on Sunday?
Oh, usually 12. Let me check. Usually kasi, wait lang, check ko bago tayo mag-end, no? Kasi nung game 2, let me check. Kasi same lang naman yun eh. Kung anong time nag-start nung, let me check. Started at
Pero,
1:30. So,
pero separate
manood din
tickets yan,
kayo.
di ba?
Separate ticket siya. But people just watch online. Like, you don't have to, you can also buy in the venue. Hindi naman siya parang levels ng Lasal UP yet. But, it's also intense basketball. May drama din. It's something na, till the final buzzer din, ganun yung makukuha nyo from UST NU. Evenly matched teams. NU has been undefeated until it was broken nung game 2. And just may idea ko yung sino yung magiging mga next part ng ano natin, Gilas Women. So we're also
Oh.
making strides in the international scene.
And this has been a rivalry in the making, itong UST versus NU.
Recently, it's the new
NU has
rivalry.
won how many state championships before UST won last year?
I don't know, basta sobrang dam. Double
Diba?
digits. Hindi lang siya parang 3, 4. It's double digits. Well,
Umabot na lang ganun? Hindi pa parang mga
di ba?
7?
Ay, sorry, ang iniisip ko pala yung 100 game something winning streak. Kaya parang
Di,
wait
oh.
lang,
Pero
ilan na
I
ba
mean,
yun? So mga 7,
straight
6, 7.
championships, straight championships, I think mga 7 yata. Hindi
12,
ko alam
24, 46. Di tama ka, Habs, parang mga ganun, 7, 8, ganun. Guys, comment na lang yung yung ano
Oh.
yung ano.
Kasi
Pero I'm
before
sure
that,
also
it was
NU.
FEU naman.
Na, yun yung alam mo, 'di ba? That's why you know what was happening in the FEU
Yeah,
women's.
yeah.
Kaya nga scrimmage sa inyo, 'di ba?
Oh. Lakas sila nun eh. That was the time of Raisa Palmera, sila,
Mm.
um, fuck, I forgot the names na. Basta lakas sila dun.
Ayun, pero gets 100 game winning streak in the UAP is crazy. That's why inisip ko, wait lang. Double digit championships sabi. But it's
Di
tama
pa
siya.
naman
It's more on the 7-8. It's more on the 7-8. Like kinumpute ko, 12 divided by 13 divided by, okay, mukhang hindi pa nga. But they were almost there.
they're
So they
almost
were
there.
really
Yeah.
a dynasty.
They
Yun yung
were almost there.
dynasty. They were almost there. 'Di ba? So
Wala
yun lang
eh.
naman. Yun lang
I
naman
mean, when you have coach like Heidi Ong on your side,
sa UST.
every
Mm.
nothing is impossible.
Yeah, sila yung thorn sa side ng NU. But let's see, game 3, let's see if it will be a magical season for the Growling Tigers or will
Yeah,
NU
try to
continue
watch that. Yeah.
reclaim lost glory, no? Kasi UST is the defending champion.
Yeah.
So, maganda talaga. Aside from the men's, guys, it's something na para lang ma-condition yung sarili nyo before the game 3 as well for sa senior men's side.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Once again, we ask your help to try and reach 100K subscribers. We hope we get that before the year. Alam ko medyo imposible na at this point, but who knows,
Malay
a
mo.
miracle might happen.
Malay mo. December 13 pa lang.
Oo nga, tama. Marami pa namang oras. And
Oo.
yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll see you at the next, guys.
See you guys. Peace.